Welcome to another episode of Piecing It Together, the podcast where we take a look at a new movie and try to figure out what movies might have inspired it. But today on the show, it's one of our monthly trailer roundups. Jason Harris from Awesome Movie Year is joining me to talk about a bunch of movies coming out in February, including, we've got a live show coming up on Wuthering Heights, February 12th at Maya Cinemas. I hope we'll see you all out at that show. But with that said, make sure you're subscribed because we got a lot of episodes on the way. You can subscribe wherever you're listening right now, and also, of course, follow me on social media at PiecingPod. And now, let's talk about a whole bunch of movies coming out in February. Jason Harris, it's time for another month of trailers, and love is in the air. How about that? Because it's Valentine's month, you know?
Dave, I went on a date this past week. You want to hear about my love life, how terrible it's going?
Oh, boy, here it comes.
Okay, and you can explain this to the people, right? So I met this woman at a Christmas party, and she was just moving to town, right? So we've been talking, and then she moved in, and I also met her sister at the party. And her sister at the Christmas party is like, yeah, my husband just died like a month ago. I was like, oh, no. She's like, yeah, he was killed in a car accident. I'm like, that's really sad. I'm sorry to hear that. So I keep in touch with these two, right? And the one who's moving to town, we're talking, we're going to hang out when she gets here. Then the sister hits me up and asks me if I want to get dinner. And I was like, oh, this is like bad. So I was like, we can go out as friends, but just in case we ever work together, like, I just want to do that, right? You know? So, but then someone gave me 2 tickets on Christmas or around Christmas to the Nutcracker that I couldn't use. So I was like, oh, this is a nice thing to do. I'll give them to the widow, right? So the widow takes them. And then later that day, the person who gave them to me was like, yo, you couldn't give them away? And I was like, what are you talking about? I gave them to a widow. He's like, yeah, she didn't show up. And the widow never texted me to say like, hey, she's like, yeah, I got the tickets. But then she wasn't like, hey, I'm not going to use them or anything like that, right? So this new one gets to town and we're going to go out. We make a plan. I pick a restaurant in the Arts District. And I was like, yeah, here's where it is. And then we're supposed to meet at 7. At 5:30, she sends me her address. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know I was supposed to pick you up. But that's, that's fine. I think usually on the first date, it's probably better to meet. But like, that's fine. But I live, for people not familiar with this town, off of like Warm Springs in the 215. She lives off of Sky Canyon, which is the last exit to before like Mount Charleston. So it's 35 minutes to pick her up, drive downtown, and then, the end of the night, drive her back. At some point during the night, I go, how's your sister? I know it's tough with her husband dying and everything. And she goes, yeah, he's not dead. I was like, what? She's like, she's just telling people that he's in jail for DUI manslaughter. I was like, what am I getting into? I should just not. I was like, all these Saturday nights that I stay home and watch movies are better and better every time I go on a date.
I was getting worried that this story was not going to have a worthwhile ending, but it all led up to something that was just wonderful. And
right, and you can't blame the one that I took out on her sister's but like, it's just like, this family is just a red flag Jones over here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So we're engaged.
Oh, boy. Oh, yeah. Good. That's congratulations.
All right. 3 of us.
Let's talk about some movies. Let's look back at last month, starting off with Greenland 2 Migration, which I did not see. Heard mixed things about. I kind of want to see it. Did you see it?
No, I haven't seen either of the Greenlands. I do like that Gerard Butler and Russell Crowe have really stepped up the VOD game together.
Oh, yeah.
So imagine when they get together, dude. And they look like brothers anyway, so it's an easy enough move.
I would watch that movie 100%. People We Meet on Vacation is up next, which for some reason I did watch, and I will be surprised if a movie beats this for my most hated movie of 2026.
That just makes it all worthwhile for me to hear that. It was a big hit, though. It was like number 1 on Netflix for a while, it seemed like. So.
Did quite well. I don't understand why. I thought it was absolutely terrible.
I mean, we talked about it in the trailer where Molly Shannon's like, here's 500 condoms for your week-long trip. Like, is it all that dumb and like off base on what reality is like?
Yeah, and everybody talks like they're in an Instagram reel. Like, it's just obnoxious.
I mean, I think that's where a lot of it, like we talked about The Housemaid, which I know is a big hit, but like wasn't part of the charm of that, or like part of the marketing of that is like everything's an Instagram clip or a meme,
Yeah, at least that plays that up like knowingly. I don't think that this is that smart. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully the people that liked it got something out of it. I don't know. The chronology of Water was going into a little bit wider release, but I still don't even know if it's out here or where we
I
can
don't
see
even
it.
remember talking about that film.
We did, but we always want to see stuff from Kristen Stewart, so I'll see it at some point. And
Oh, right, the one she directed.
she
That does look
directed,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, that looks cool.
And then same goes for Obex, which was on the list of things coming out in January, but actually does not open in any way that can be seen until this coming month. So I look forward to hopefully seeing that if it opens here in Vegas. Obviously, neither of us have seen it. 28 years later, The Bone Temple. I loved even more than the last one. It's not doing so well, unfortunately, but it is awesome. Jason, you haven't seen it yet, have you?
I'm super pumped for it. I hear only good things. Why do you think it's not doing so well? Do you think it's because they just, but the last one came out in January and it did fine, right?
I
Or
think it's a
didn't it?
marketing
Or
thing. I think it didn't set itself apart like in the advertising. I think some people were confused whether or not it was a sequel or if they just like put it back in theaters or something. Like I think that there's a lot of confusion around the way they tried to sell it.
and I think I'm wrong. Didn't the last one come out like last summer at
Something
some
like
point? So
that.
maybe this should have been more towards, give them breathing room.
Yeah, yeah. But I think it'll have a long life. We'll see. Because I mean, everybody who sees it seems to love it. It's just not getting people out to the theaters. So we'll see. Killer Whale, did not see. Haven't heard anybody talk about it really. Did you see it? No? No. Okay.
It's the Killer Whale movie.
Moving on to The Rip, which I've heard some people say is great. I've heard some people say is terrible. Where do you fall on this one?
Leaning more towards terrible, but it's not terrible, but it's so sloppy and overdone, and everyone involved in it is better than that.
Yeah. All right. Well, I
So,
definitely want to see it. I'll get to it at some point for sure.
the thing is, Matt Damon did that interview where he's like, the thing when you make a Netflix movie is you have to repeat the plot like 4 times.
Yeah.
And it's so obvious that they do that. And then it's still confusing, not the plot, but like this person's this and this person's this, and here's another twisty turny that's not necessary. And you got Tiana Taylor and Maria Full of Grace just hanging out, doing nothing in the movie pretty much. So yeah, but hey, it's not the worst. So
we've gotten we've gotten a great press tour around it between Ben Affleck talking about AI.
Oh,
and
they're
Matt
doing
Damon,
awesome. Yeah,
talking about acting and movie making. Like it's been great. So
and
at least
Scott Adkins is in it, so that's nice.
Absolutely. Mercy is up next, which we both mentioned how terrible it looked, and it seems like the reviews confirm that. I will not be seeing this one.
Anything that has the words Chris Pratt and Amazon together doesn't need me.
Yeah, fair enough. Return to Silent Hill didn't look good, and it's not getting very good reviews. I'm sure I probably won't get around to this one.
I'm wondering, like, is there going to be a time where the movie industry has to be like, hey, we're starting to lose money? Because this is where I'm starting to feel like with this January,
Well, I will say, we're recording this the day before I'm doing my Send Help live show at Maya Cinemas, which, by the way, I didn't know I'd be doing that when we recorded our trailers at the beginning of the month. So thank you to Maya Cinemas for having me out a second time. But that's going to be awesome. Reviews are freaking great on it. 28 Years Later was freaking awesome. Primate was awesome. It's been a pretty strong January, despite some really schlocky
I think that's
shit.
fair. What wasn't fair is when the last time I was at Maya Cinemas and we filmed a promo for Piecing It Together, you gave me no lines. What is that?
Yeah, but you are kind of front and center in the footage, so you'll be happy to see it once once you get to see it.
The girls did great.
They
two
did.
ladies
They
did
absolutely
great.
did.
So,
yeah. Next up is H is for Hawk, which that's one of these movies that we see the trailer and then I don't think anybody saw this movie. I don't even know if it came out. So
they should have had a special screening for how like on Saturday morning they have those special animated screenings. Bring your babies, bring your kids. They should have had a special screening, for hawk owners. Yeah. Maybe all types of bird owners, like you're saying, but at least hawkeneers or whatever.
I love it. I'd go to that. And then Send Help, like I said, the new Sam Raimi movie, getting great reviews. I'm seeing it tomorrow at the time of this recording. Cannot freaking wait.
I'm pumped for that too. We love us some McAdams on this show.
Yes, we do.
We love us to Rachel McAdams.
not so much excited for was The Moment, which also comes out this weekend. And I don't know, is there even any reviews out on this thing yet? I'm not sure, but
I heard you have to lose yourself in it. The
uh,
moment, the magic, the
there you
never let
go.
it go. You only got one chance.
Very
This is
good.
your opportunity.
I already mentioned Primate. And Jason, tell us how Melania was.
Oh man! Well, I saw it at the premiere,
Good.
and it was me and four other people in the room. This thing is just tanking. It's eating ass, and fuck everyone who still supports this fascism. I
Uh-huh.
mean, obviously, there's no need for a $75 million documentary, but worse yet is all these people should be in jail. We should be Nuremberging them. Shame on this entire administration. I'm sorry if you get sick of me saying this on this show, but I love America, not what we're doing. We're terrible right now.
Absolutely. By the way, they're making Melania popcorn buckets to go with the movie, which can you imagine who gets a Melania popcorn bucket? That is,
I feel like Trump would just want his like tiny fake dick in there just because it's like everyone's touching my dick, and Brett Ratner's like, save some for me.
oh, yeah. All right, let's move on to our February. Starting off with Solo Mio, which is Kevin James in an Angel Studios comedy.
Finally,
This is the
the
weirdest
combination
thing.
we've all been waiting for.
I
Kevin James and Angel Studios.
I
So
started watching this trailer because I just saw it on the list and I was like, is this a real movie or is this a joke? Like I was genuinely confused. But it's about a dude who gets I think he gets left at the altar, so he goes on a solo honeymoon that he already had bought the tickets for. Is that like
I don't know if that was it or if it was a destination wedding and she doesn't show up.
okay.
That did happen to a friend of mine. He was supposed to get married, and then they broke up, and then he took one of our friends on like the honeymoon trip with him,
All
and
right.
now they're married. No, that's not true.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know how Angel Studios was like. You know who we need in this movie? Zookeeper,
Yeah.
the Nazi from Becky, Larry from I Love You, I Need Chuck and Larry, or whatever it was. So I don't know, man. Whatever though. Angel Studios, you know what? They do their own thing. I got to give them credit for that,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
So at least they're doing different things. So I mean, it's Love Actually, the Colin Firth story where the wife cheats on him. He goes to another country and he falls in love with his a maid who doesn't. They don't even speak the same language, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a real pain in that it's a mismatched buddy trip in a foreign country. And I put. Do you remember When in Rome? That movie with
Yeah.
Kristen Bell, where it's like, "Hey, I want to get married," and I throw the thing in the coin in the fountain, and
Sure.
magic happens in Italy. That's a lot of this. And the last thing I want to say is they've really worked hard on making the love interest a manic pixie dream 50-year-old. So I put Garden State 25 years later. So
Nice. I love it. I put Eat, Pray, Love and How Stella Got Her Groove Back, but obviously the male version of those two
how
things.
Stellan got his groove
There you
back.
go.
So yeah.
Absolutely. So moving on to The Strangers Chapter 3, which will be in theaters February 6th. This is, of course, the third part of this weird remake series that should have just been one movie, but Rennie Harlan decided to make three. And I don't know. I got nothing out of this trailer. It was really hard to even tell if there's like more plot involved or if it's just like, hey, here's more of those characters.
Yeah, when I was watching it, I was like, did we really need this one on our list? The other thing about this is there's that whole like the final chapter, and they're going to reboot it 2 years from now
Of
because we're
course.
so lazy and everything. So, yeah, I mean, what do you do with this, right? So, The Strangers 3, I put down V for Vendetta because they're in masks when they do crimes, right?
Okay.
So, I put in Kill Bill because it's one woman who is attached to a higher up criminal who now needs to seek revenge on him. And then the last thing the guy goes, are you wondering why you're the only one still left alive? And that took me to Unbreakable.
All right. I like it. Unbreakable rules.
Unbreakable does rule.
It's so good. I had to look up the synopsis to try to get something to like gleam onto here, and I saw that there's like a trial involved in this movie at some point. So I put The Conjuring: The Devil Made Me Do It. That was the third Conjuring movie where there's a trial involved. So went with that. Otherwise, I really got nothing for this one. Yeah, just more killers
Yeah.
and masks. That's basically
Yeah.
it. So
it doesn't really matter.
yeah. Let's move on to Dracula from Luc Besson, which could be something insane, possibly. I don't know. I'm sure it's
I'm hoping
terrible.
for it. I
I
mean, I'm kind of looking forward to this one. I'm
it
not
could be
gonna lie.
fun. It looks like really like a nuts version of the Dracula story. Christoph Waltz is in it. Caleb Landry Jones plays our vampire, and he's great. And I actually like Dogman, Luc Besson's previous film with Caleb Landry Jones. Yeah, it looks really over the top.
Christoph Waltz is going for the real, kind of monster movie bingo over here.
Sure.
We saw him last year, and hopefully we'll keep more of. I can't do the impression. I wish I could. He's so good. I love Christoph Waltz. I love him. He's great.
He
So,
is. He is.
Dracula. I mean, you could pick any Nosferatu remake, right? So, I mean, I picked the Eggers one. He says he's looking for his bride or who was murdered for 400 years. That sounded like What Dreams May Come to Me, where, you have to search time and space for your loved one.
Sure.
And then if you're going to do some revenge, which this has it, and like he's going hardcore for the revenge for the death of a loved one. Old Boy.
Old Boy. All right. Very good. In place of your What Dreams May Come, I went with The Fountain for the same reason, like trying to fight for your wife through different time and space and all that. But then a little inside baseball, we are going to be recording an episode on Willy Wonka today for Awesome Movie Year, and Caleb Landry Jones's like whole getup looks a lot like Johnny Depp's Willy Wonka and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
I just rewatched that because we're recording it. Have you watched that recently?
I watched like the first 15 minutes before this just to kind of
yeah, that's probably enough. The movie's terrible, and they just miss on so many levels with that one.
Yeah, it's fine, but it's nothing particularly special. But anyway, let's move on to Scarlet, which will be in IMAX on February 6th. And this one, the studio is really trying to push. It's an anime from director Mamoru Hosoda, who did Belle and Mirai. I don't know if I'm.
I saw right. Belle.
Yeah,
Belle's
did you like
cool.
Belle?
I mean. Yeah, I did like it, and it will look amazing. This thing will look amazing in IMAX and everything. So
yeah,
studio's trying to push it. Wink, wink. Right, Dave? Wink, wink. They said right. Piecing it together, huh? Have some money. Talk about our movie. How much do they pay you, Dave?
Well, they didn't pay me anything, but I may be doing a discussion after a screening coming up here very soon.
That's great.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
There you go.
I don't know how you're going to get Greg Sestero involved with that one, but whatever.
Sure.
So, this is so she goes to the underworld because she didn't avenge her father's death. But in the underworld, there are people from all times. And she's from the past, and she meets a cohort from the present, right? That's pretty much what I got out of this. So the avenging of the father's death, and if you don't do it, you have to go to far off lands. Predator, killer of killers. There was a lot of that stuff in that.
I haven't seen that yet. I need to watch that.
Yeah, and it's animated, so 2 for 2. And then this kind of like all time, anytime, forever time. Love story. I put Eternity, which I haven't seen.
Yeah, from last year. That looked pretty good. I put Kill Bill. You mentioned it earlier, but as far as just this like badass, killer getting revenge. And then I also put the video game movie Monster Hunter, which was actually kind of fun. It came out in 2020, and they slip into like this other world, this different realm beneath ours, and there's all kinds of like action and over the top stuff going on. And then lastly, the guy from present times in love with this like badass action hero woman from previous times. I put how Ted falls in love with Joan of Arc and Bill and Ted. So,
that's fun.
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah.
There we go. Next up is Goat, which will be in theaters February 13th, where a basketball player is literally a goat. Jason, tell me about all the sports people that are in this.
Steph Curry's in the trailer. So it's, he wants to be in this league with all the, the pro league with all these bigger animals, but goats only grow so much. But so, he's good. This goat can play.
He's the goat.
He is the goat.
Hopefully.
So really exciting stuff here, Steph. Really good. Really pumped up for it. I mean, you go to Space Jam right away, animals and animated characters playing basketball. There is one scene where the goat quote unquote breaks his opponent's ankles. These are straight up N1 mixtape, old school 1990s highlights or early 2000 highlights. Also, I would recommend both the N1 documentaries. There's one on Netflix and one on ESPN 30 for 30. And what a wacky cast of teammates he has. Mighty Ducks.
All right. Very good. Fun stuff.
Also, there's a thing in this trailer. It's gross. Like the coach or the old man is in like an oxygen mask, and like the kids fart into his oxygen tank, and it's like this is where we're going with this. Like, I don't know, man. If you can't beat the Mel Brooks campfire scene in Blazing Saddles, maybe we don't do it.
Yeah, that's a little mean-spirited, I would say, as somebody who wears a CPAP to sleep every night.
How do you do it? I have one at the house, and I just can't get comfortable with it.
I love it. I love it. It does take a little getting used to when you first get it, and once you get used to it, out like a light every freaking night. It's amazing.
Will you come over and watch me sleep and then rub my back while I kind of get used to it?
How do you know I didn't watch you sleep last night?
I'm hoping you did. That's why I leave the window open every night.
All right. So I threw in, remember Sneaks from last year where they're literally sneakers? So yeah.
DJ Mustard's movie?
Was it?
I think so.
All right.
Either him or DJ Clue, one of them.
Same thing. DJ Clue rules. And then also from last year, him, where every other line was, "You're the GOAT. You're the GOAT." Yeah, everyone's calling each other the GOAT constantly. So
that was one of the more disappointing movies of last year, right?
Yeah, it really was. It looked like a lot of fun, and it was just
who directed that? Wasn't that supposed to?
I forget who directed it, but Marlon Wayans was actually very good in it. Like,
yeah, he can act. We know he can act.
Yeah, that's the good thing about the movie. Otherwise, But next up is Crime 101, which looks like it could be pretty damn good, actually. That'll be in theaters February 13th. My dad really wants me to do a live show on this one, but it's just not going to happen, unfortunately.
Yeah, because you don't do anything for your dad now that you stole his record store. I get it.
Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo, Barry Keoghan, Halle Berry. It's the director of American Animals, which was really good. I liked that movie. And it's just like a straight up like cops and robbers thriller where they're both after the same score. Is that what's happening here? That's what I kind of got between this.
I'm pretty pumped for this thing, dude. Like, it does look good. Justin Tippings was the director of him. Didn't he do, I thought he did Dear White People. That's what I remember him for. But he directed that. That movie was great.
Okay.
So, back to this, Crime 101, which does look good. I think the crime movies look the best this month, right? So part of this is he is a criminal that people don't know he's a criminal. Part of it is he's doing it because he, obviously there's a lot of the money aspect, and then there's a group of criminals, and it's LA. So for the people who don't know that he's a criminal, I put the killer. For the I need money, I got to level up. Emily the Criminal. We got a movie from that director coming up.
Sure.
That looks awesome also.
Yeah.
And then for the LA stuff and the Scuzzy group, I went with Collateral and Den of Thieves because this doesn't look like it's at Heat level.
Yeah, well, I went Den of Thieves and Heat combined. Same thing, though. And I also put The Town and maybe a little bit of Oceans in there, too, just because it seems like they're going to probably have some kind of fancy, clever plan to trick each other going on. So, this does look like it could be a blast. And it's good to see all these actors getting outside of the Marvel world. Because I agree. I want this to be a big hit and succeed. And American Animals was a good movie. So if anyone in this says, because she's got a great ass, I'll be very happy. Who do you think would say that? Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo, or Barry Keoghan?
It's Chris Pine, isn't it?
No, it's Chris Hemsworth, isn't this?
No, Chris Pine's the lead in this.
Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Pine.
What? Hold on.
Chris Pine.
I'm picturing
it up.
I'm picturing the poster right now. Crime 101. It's Hemsworth.
Nah, it's fine.
It's Hemsworth. I'm looking at it right now.
No, it's Chris Evans.
Okay, sure. Let's split it there. All right.
Who would say it? I'm hoping Halle Berry.
Yeah, there you go. That works. Tyler Perry's Joe's College Road Trip will be on Netflix February 13th. Apparently, this actually is a classic Tyler Perry character that people have been wanting a spinoff from for like 20 years.
The grandpa?
Yeah,
The
the
grandpa?
Joe, this Joe character.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's never had his own movie, and fans of Tyler Perry have wanted him to have his own movie, so we're getting it.
When can we get my awesome movie year co-host to give us an article on the definitive Tyler Perry movie
When are we going to
rankings?
do a Tyler Perry movie?
We got to do one.
Yeah,
Maybe next time we're in the 2000s or
yeah,
2010s, right?
yeah.
So, yeah, this is. I mean, I don't want to see it, but okay. I mean, he's playing every character, including a wacky grandpa. That's Nutty Professor. Grandpa and grandson are on road trip. Grandpa is more adult and sexually in tune with himself. That's Dirty Grandpa.
Mm-hmm.
Mismatch road trip due date. But I like that it's called Tyler Perry's Joe's College Road Trip, because I'm guessing you just put the movie College Road Trip on your list with Martin Lawrence.
I did not, but that would be pretty
dang.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dirty Grandpa was on my list though. I also put That's My Boy, the Sandler, as a old, pain in the ass dad to Andy Samberg. And then I put Nebraska as far as old pain in the ass
movie's so
dad.
good, dude.
It's a great movie. Great movie. So
probably top 3 Alexander Payne movie.
Maybe.
No, I said it.
If you say it, I'm going with it.
Election, Nebraska, Holdovers. What's your top 3 Alexander Payne?
Off the top of my head, I'm kind of with you, actually.
Yeah,
actually, I think I might be with you there.
Mm-hmm.
Those are all 3 great freaking movies, definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Emily the Criminal was a really good movie. And
dude, I love Emily the Criminal. It was on my top 10 the year that it came out.
Great movie.
Our homie's back. I know where you're going with this. John Patton's next movie, right?
Yep, absolutely.
And dude, I was so excited because you know how I always the movie we're talking about is How to Make a Killing.
Yes.
And you know how I always like knock these trailers for just taking like a fucking popular 70s or 80s song and just remixing it and everything.
Yeah.
This trailer uses this amazing song. I think it's called Take Me Back to PIllion. I marked this down. I looked this song up. It was from I'm Still Here, the Brazilian movie. Hey, hey, me, take me back to PIllion. And I was like, yo, this song is so wild and unique. And he uses it in the trailer and it just elevated the whole thing for me. But this already looks good and we're pretty pumped for it.
Hell yeah.
Rich guy has to bump off the rest of the family so he can get his inheritance. Definitely a Wolf of Wall Street vibe from the rich and anything goes for the 1%er thing. No Other Choice, the great Park Chan-wook movie that I can't recommend enough from last year, where he's bumping off his competitors. And then wasn't there a movie like this in the 90s with Michael J. Fox called For the Love of Money, where they're all vying for the inheritance?
I remember that being a movie, but I don't remember what it was like about or anything like that. I did see people point out, though, that this feels like a remake of a 40s movie, Kind Hearts and Cornets, which I've never seen. Have you seen that?
No.
All right. Synopsis sounds like exactly the same idea. So, but I also thought of No Other Choice, which I finally caught up with last week and thought it was really good. So,
isn't that great? Yeah.
Yeah.
So which one are you looking forward to more, this or Crime 101?
Probably this one, although they both do look very good.
Yeah, I mean, from a basic plot point, I think I would like Crime 101 better, but from a director who I know brings it, and I don't know Bart Layton, who did Crime 101 off the top of my head, but I'm really excited for this because I loved Emily the Criminal.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, next up is Psycho Killer, which will be in theaters February 20th. This is about a cop going after...
I do know Bart Layton. We talked about him, American
Animals. But other than that, I don't think we know anything else that he's done.
I'm a dumb idiot.
You are a dumb idiot.
God, I'm stupid.
God, you're stupid. Psycho Killer. A cop is going after a twisted, crazy psycho killer, like the name says. It's the writer of Seven, producer of like a million things, including, I think it said Seinfeld.
I thought it said 8mm.
Yeah, that too. No, like literally.
What's the deal with serial killers?
It's his directorial debut, but he produced like 80 things. If you go to
what's his name?
I forget what his name is. I didn't write it down. I should have, but.
One killing's not enough for you. You gotta keep doing the same thing over and over. Same pattern. What's the deal with serial killers?
Gavin Polone.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, he's Gavin Polone's. I think he did Seinfeld and Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah, yeah, everything. And now he's making this just like over the top, super hard R-rated psycho killer movie. So
That's good.
I'm down for it.
Hopefully, Jason Alexander shows up.
That would be great.
Jerry, stop doing the killings. All right, I'm done with my Seinfeld impressions. Yeah. So at one point, this woman or who's tracking the killer, it looks like she goes to like some weird masked orgy. So I put Eyes Wide Shut.
Mhm.
There's also the investigation into a world that she clearly doesn't know. It's a little more hardcore than expected. So I put Hardcore, the George C. Scott movie. There's definitely some long legs elements in here, and also you have to get in the mind of the killer. So I put Silence of the Lambs.
Oh yeah, lots of Silence of the Lambs in there for sure. I also put Long Legs, and I put True Detective on there, which fits in with
Yeah.
all this stuff. So yeah, this looks like it could be a lot of fun. Um, Next up is I Can Only Imagine 2, which will be in
Did you know there was I was like, did they just name it this? I had no idea there was a regular.
I wrote the exact same thing down. I was like, is this actually a big popular like country artist or something, like a country rock artist, and like they're just being like clever with the title or something. I did not know if it was a documentary or a real movie, so I decided not to bother looking it up because I have no interest in this movie. But hey, what are you gonna do?
Dave,
So,
you're really taking it to Angel Studios this month.
I
So
know.
from what I could tell, there's a country singer who has to stop going on the road because his son is sick, I think diabetes, right?
Something
And
like that.
then
Yeah.
they're going to do a comeback, and he's going to bring the son on the road with him in the band. But the biggest thing in the trailer is like, we got to ask ourselves, are we still headliners? It's like, come on, dude. That's the impetus of this thing. Like,
Yeah.
that reminded me of the Whitney Houston one where it's like, you got a great song, a great voice. Now all you need is a hook. Like, that's you know. Yeah, this is almost like, from the serious angle. I mean, the best one of these was Crazy Heart, right?
Hmm.
But I rewatched the other day, and this like checks off all the beats of like how to do this. It's Walk Hard, right? This is the non-spoof Walk Hard version of this thing.
Yeah.
So I hope
Absolutely.
Dewey Cox makes an appearance.
Oh, that would be great. I'd be all for that. And I put Springsteen from last year, which we just covered here on the podcast, because he had a hit already, this guy, whoever he is. And, the studio doesn't believe that he's writing the right thing or whatever to follow it up. So
Did you listen to the song that
I
Bruce put
did.
out today?
Good
What'd you
stuff.
think?
Good
Yeah.
stuff. I thought it was good.
Man, he put out a protest song against streets. It's called Streets of Minneapolis, and God bless the boss. We need more artists out there fighting this fight,
Yes, we do.
So he was the first one out there. I remember when he did the tour, and he was the first talking about this. And like, man, we need more artists out there. I'm glad Jon Stewart is on this too. But
Right on.
the opposite are all these right wing fuckboy idiot comics. The Rogans who are like, I didn't know this was going to happen. I didn't vote for this. Shut the fuck up. Of course you did, you
Of course
idiot.
you did. Yeah.
Just own it, you little bitch.
Ay, ay, ay. All right, PIllion is up next in theaters February 20th. I didn't know anything about this movie until I pushed play on this trailer, but it's an A24 film with Alexander Skarsgård and Harry Melling. It's like a Dom sub love story.
Is this Harris Dickinson who directed this, the actor?
Oh, that was
Urchin.
Urchin. That's Urchin, which I still want to see. Yeah.
Yeah. So I did know about this because I listened to The Big Picture, which I think you do too, don't you?
I haven't listened in quite a while. I used to. Yeah.
Okay, so at the end of The Big Picture, he asked whoever the guest is, whatever filmmaker it is, like, have you seen anything you like lately? And everyone keeps picking Pillion, right? So it's exciting. It's a gay romance that's got some BDSM and some just craziness to it, right? That's what we got out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
The BDSM angle is secretary. The sexual freedom that comes with this awakening is 40-year-old virgin. And this is really what I wanted from Bros, like something
Yeah.
that didn't have to capture everything, but just one story where yeah, we're gay, but that's not the whole story. It's like, here, we're telling a story and we're gay, as opposed to gay, 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 gay. And I would say that about anything. Like, you don't want to be hit over the head with anything. Tell the story with the characters.
Yeah, exactly. A character-based story, and these two actors are both great, and so like it seems like they're really bringing it here. And Alexander Skarsgård, of course, especially, he's just so much fun to watch when he's like being really over the top and just like really just laying it on thick the way he does in this trailer.
Oh,
So,
I bet he lays it on real
yeah,
thick.
I'm excited for this one.
Real thick.
You put Secretary, I put Baby Girl, which I did not like, but still Secretary is good. And 50 Shades of Grey, But yeah, I don't know what to expect though. I think it could be really good though. I'm looking forward.
Everyone
to it.
says it's amazing. I think this is, if the director's Harry Lighton, I think it's his first movie. So
Right on. And our last one for the month is Scream 7, which will be in theaters February 27th. I feel like I've been kind of negative throughout this conversation with a bunch of these movies, but this is the one I'm the most negative about. It just looks so bad. I don't know what to make
I thought
of
it
this.
looked all right. I mean, it's. Do we keep needing these? No, but wow, this is crazy. They go to an Airbnb and then a horror movie breaks out. I've never seen that before.
Oh God.
So I put Barbarian. There's a cool kill in there that reminded me of Final Destination Bloodlines. And then wasn't this the last, iteration of Halloween where Jamie Lee Curtis now has to protect her daughter from, so those were mine.
That's what I put, the Halloween reboot, and The Strangers, which we talked about at the beginning of this conversation. But yeah, Barbarian for sure. And I'm so done with these movies. But that being said, I think Wuthering Heights could be fun, and I've got a live show coming up on February 12th at Maya Cinemas. What do you think about the idea of did you notice that it's in quotes, Wuthering Heights? She might have some kind of twist going on here or something. I don't know.
So didn't like Saltburn. This looks much better to me.
Yeah, me too.
So I'm interested. We, obviously covered Wuthering Heights, and
Yeah.
I think we each watched a couple of versions, but go watch the Laurence Olivier version. That's awesome, that movie.
Absolutely. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how this turns out. I'll also mention a movie that I already did an episode on. It'll be coming out on the release date. Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, the new Gore Verbinski movie, which I loved. And like I said in my Letterboxd review, it's the kind of movie I could picture a lot of people hating, but I'm noticing it just had a one of those like screen unseen, where you go to a secret movie things this past Monday, and it seems like more people are loving it than I expected. So maybe it will end up hitting.
When I saw your Letterboxd review, when I was on Letterboxd, go for Jason.
That is you.
I was like, Dave, you're a hack. But then I watched this trailer. And I'm like, you know what? You're still a hack, but not because of this. Because this trailer looks good. Like,
there you go.
I haven't seen the movie, but I'm like, there's like, got to come from the future and save these people. Very Terminator-ish, very Repo Man-ish. And
Sure.
like, it's kind of like punk rock aesthetic. Like, I was kind of pumped for this one.
There you go. I look forward to hearing what you think of it. So, of course, as with every beginning of the year, we got a lot of things coming out of limited release. We got Surratt. We got Splitsville is going to be more available, which we both loved.
That was number 9 for both of us, I think.
That's right.
Top 10 last year.
Yep.
So.
Urchin, which you mentioned earlier, which I still want to see. And Kiss of the Spider Woman, which I really liked, but most people didn't get a chance to see. That's going to be more available, I think, on Hulu. So lots of stuff that you're going to be able to see more of, and lots of docs coming as well. But I think that does it. Jason, you want to recommend one more movie for us before we go?
Let's do... did you watch Train Dreams, Dave?
I did watch Train Dreams. Yes.
What'd you think of it?
Great score, great cinematography, great performances. Story-wise, it was good. I liked it.
I was into it, man, and I think he's like a very interesting director. So maybe it's a little basic to pick Train Dreams right now, but I think it's in my top half of the Best Picture nominees for this year. So it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
It looks amazing, and Nick Cave should win for Best Original Song. You're right on the score. So I'm a big Train Dreams right now.
There you go. A good pick for sure. Jason, where can people find you and everything you're up to?
Dave, I'm Jason Harris Comedy or J Harris Comedy on all the socials. Go for Jason on Letterboxd. the Trivia Party also on Instagram. And also we have a new website, thetriviaparty.com. So if you want to know what we're doing, just jump on that site. I'm excited to keep. Last night we had a whole category on movie reboots. We need more movie people out there.
We don't need more movie reboots, though, but we need more movie people.
So. We're getting more movie reboots, as you know.
Of course. Absolutely. All right, Jason, we'll talk to you again soon. All right, I hope you enjoyed that conversation. Thank you to Jason Harris for joining me on that one. Thank you to all of you for listening. If you're enjoying Piecing It Together, make sure you are subscribed. You can follow us on social media at PiecingPod. And don't forget to join our Facebook group, Popcorn and Puzzle Pieces, where we continue the conversation about all the movies we talk about here on the show. Last but not least, don't forget we do have a Patreon, the Produced by David Rosen Patreon, where I post bonus and advanced content from Piecing It Together, as well as stuff from Jason's podcast, Awesome Movie Year, and from my music career. Lots of great stuff to check out at patreon.com/bydavidrosen. You're supporting the show just by listening and by sharing and by commenting and telling us what movies you are excited about for the month of February. But you could also subscribe to the Patreon if you want to support the show. So let's close this out with a piece of music like I always do. And I'm going to just play a random track from one of my albums. I'm going to play a track called Forgotten from my second album, An Unseen Sky. Hope you enjoy it, and we'll be back with more Piecing It Together real soon.
An All Points West production, produced by David Rosen in Las Vegas.